Hello Jayesh, good morning.
No, good morning.
This is your first class, right?
Yeah, just not connected because of
Oh,
my office work. Just
okay,
now.
okay. Done. Yatish, Lata, Madhavi, Shravan, Shrikant, Narendra, Fanendra, Ragurama, Priya, Ravi Chaudhary, Roja, Ravindra, Sachita, Sanjeev, Siddiq, Srikant, Srinivas, Subhani, Sharan Kumar Reddy. Why I see Srikant 2 times?
Sir, it's me, sir. Why Srikant?
Oh,
Sir, I'm new joining.
Oh,
Sir, I'm new
Srikant.
joining, sir.
So you joined
Yesterday
today
I
itself?
joined.
Yesterday, from yesterday
No,
itself?
sir. Yesterday, sir. Yesterday.
Okay, just ping me in the WhatsApp. Okay, just ping me in the WhatsApp. Just send a hi message. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You have my number, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Just to differentiate. Okay. Otherwise, I'll confuse. Okay. Just ping me hi in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yes. That's fine. Yatish, okay, we'll see. In case if any issue is there, we'll see. Usually, if you enable that option, definitely it is going to allow us to, okay, download the files. If not, I'm going to check it offline. Okay, no issues. And the session is recording, right? Okay, let's share the screen. Done, fine. So where we are, yes, telnet. Okay, so before doing that, you have to check using telnet whether the port is open. Usually the ports will be closed, guys. See, it's our home, like our house doors only. By default, the doors will be closed. If anyone comes, then we'll open the door, right? Agree? In the same way, by default, the port numbers will be closed and Windows team has to open the port number. Sir, how to check whether the port is opened or not? As discussed, use telnet command, guys. Telnet, I want to assign 1439, guys. I want to assign 1439. Imagine, by default, this 1439 will be disabled, guys. The port will be closed, but Windows team or network team, they are going to open this port. Then you can assign this port to the SQL server. This is the process. Now, if you type it, you will get the error. Telnet is not recognized. For this, you have to install again telnet. That's why you are getting. If the port is opened, how you can came to know? You will get a blank screen, a command prompt. You will get a blank command prompt, guys. A blank command prompt. If the port is opened. If the port is not opened, you will get the error message. Let's try to check in the local machine. This is my Windows server, right? Azure Windows server. Let's check in the local machine. Just a minute, Control Shift Alt H. Right, let me minimize the server. Let's open the command prompt in my local machine. Telnet 1433. Okay, still I have to install this. Telnet is not recognized as internal actional command. Guys, you can try it. Okay, in case if it is working, that's fine. Telnet, you have to install extra component from server manager. That's why you're not getting this output. Okay, but if the port is opened, I want to see 1433 opened or not. Type telnet, don't give any spaces and give the port number. Okay, here telnet and port number, you have to give the spaces, right? And hit enter. If the port is opened, okay, you will get a blank screen, guys. Let me show you in case if we have any images for that. Google telnet 1433. How it will be, I'll try to show, guys, images. Okay, images. Like this. Okay, like this you will get, guys. Telnet SQL con. You will get like black screen. If you got like this, that means the port is open. See here, like this you are going to get it. Okay, so if port is not opened, you will get the error message, guys. Right, let me check whether we have any error message. Okay, or else you want to see, sir, I want to see all the port numbers that are listening or not. Use netstat-na, guys. Use netstat-na, guys. It's little bit okay, like we are going little bit inside, but nothing to worry. Netstat-na. Okay, you can see what and all ports are opened. You can see from here, guys. If it is showing listening, that means that port is opened. 135 port is open, 445 port is open, 1433. See here, listening. 1433. You can see here it is showing as listening. So 1433 is opened, guys. Is it fine, clear? Those who asked this doubt about this telnet
Yeah,
and
sir.
all.
Fine, clear.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
use netstat-na in case telnet is working, sir. I want to see what and all opened connections. These are all opened connections, guys. Only you can see the open connections, open communications and all. Okay. If you don't see your port number in this list, means that port number is not opened. Okay. So before giving any standard or static port number to your SQL server, make sure it was opened or not with your network team. If it was not opened, each server you have to open. If it was not opened, if it is not there in this list, okay, check with the network team, ask them to open, then assign it to the SQL server. Otherwise, even though you assign it, if it is not opening, you cannot connect to the SQL server, guys. Is it clear, everyone? Right?
Yes, sir.
So nothing to worry, guys. Those who
Yeah.
don't understand, in case if you are facing troubles, don't no issues. Later you can learn the same thing. Okay, it's not a big deal. Very simple thing. Simply, even though I'm allowed to enter inside the what we can say apartment, I am not unable to enter inside in your home. Your home is completely, your door is locked. I cannot come to your home. Okay, you invited me to your apartment. You invited me to your house, but the problem is that security guy is not allowing me to inside your apartment. So what you have to do again, you have to call to the security guy, hey, please allow Shanmukh to the to my flat. Okay, so you have to ask them. There is an authorized communication between you and your particular Windows machine. So even though the guy allowed inside the apartment, the security guard allowed inside the apartment, but you locked your door, right? Then how can I communicate with you? So you have to open the door. The door number is 1433. Got it, guys? Like that, if you have multiple instances, like that, if you have multiple participants are there, multiple people are staying, one guy will have 1433 door number, one guy will have 1439 door number, one guy will have 1453 door number. So they have to open the door numbers, the doors, then only you are able to connect to the SQL server, or the application is able to connect to the SQL server, guys. Clear? I hope it's clear, guys. Okay, done. So let's go to the services. Yesterday we are discussing about the services, right? How many services we'll get once we install the SQL server?
7 services.
6,
4,
sir.
7, 6, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. How many, guys?
6.
6 services. Okay, good. The correct answer is 6 services. How can I see?
Configuration manager.
Services.ms.
Services.msc.
Services.msc,
configuration
you can
manager.
see all the services. Okay, so you can see the 6 services, but in the configuration manager also you can see, but there you can see only 4 services, guys. Okay, go to services.msc, just arrange the services in alphabetical order, click on the name once. Okay, you will get the services in the alphabetical order. Select any service, just hit yes, guys. Yes, you can see all the services with yes. Okay, there you can see, guys. One service SQL. Okay, second one main database engine service, guys. This should be up and running, then only I'm able to connect to the SQL server. This is agent service for automation purpose, guys. This is browser service. Browser service is for servers. We have to connect to the remotely. In case if we want to connect to the servers remotely, then we are going to use this browser service, guys. Then only the server will be visible in the network. Okay, CEIP service, this is an extra service. And SQL Server VSS writer, guys. This is the service that is going to write the data to the disk. Okay, so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 services, guys. Now tell me, in these 6 services, how many are specific services, how many are shared services? How to identify the shared services, guys? Next time when you install one more instance, how many services I'll get? 6 services, or how many I'll get?
4.
Now tell me, guys. My first question is, how many specific services are there? How many shared services are there?
Sir, 4 are
Two, sir.
Specific
Tell me, guys. Just try it. Specific, how many? Shared, how many?
Sir, 4
We
are
have 6
specific, 2 are
services.
3
shared.
specific.
3 specific, 3 shared, sir.
3 specific, 3 shared. Are you sure?
Sir, which services we see in configuration? Those are specific
Four,
services.
four specific.
Sir,
Four specific services, sir.
Okay, let me tell you guys. Okay, again the same PG example. So if the things belongs to you, what you are going to do, guys?
I cannot share.
You cannot share. That's of course that's true. But in case similarly, say for example, the plate you are using to eat the food. Of course, you are going to write your name on it, right? Agree,
Yeah.
right? Otherwise, it might. What happened if you don't write the name? What happened? It might swap with others, right? So means on the resources, your resources, you will have your own name. On the shared resources, usually you don't see the name. Now tell me, what are the resources are specific? What are the resources are shared in this 6 services from this 6
SQL
services?
full text.
MS
What are
SQL
the followed by
server.
the brackets in the, I
Very
mean,
good.
Those
If
are
you see the
specific.
name inside the brackets, MS SQL server, MS SQL server, MS SQL server, MS SQL server. These are specific things, specific services, guys. If you don't see any name, these are shared, guys. When you install SQL server, again, you don't get these shared services. Only one browser service per machine, only one VSS writer per machine. When you install second instance, you will get a, imagine I want to install one more instance, batch 42 instance. Again, you will get SQL full text in the brackets batch 42, SQL server in the brackets batch 42, SQL server agent in the brackets batch 42, SQL server CIP service in the bracket batch 42. But you don't get extra copies of browser and VSS writer, guys. Agree? So for the first time, you will get the 6 services when you install the SQL server. Next time onwards, you will get extra 4. In case if you are installing extra add-ons like analysis services, reporting services, integration services, of course, you will get those extra services also. But by default, if you install only SQL server, if you don't install analysis, reporting, and integration services, guys, okay, in these 6 services, first time you will get 6 services. In these 6, 4 are specific and remaining 2 are shared. Next time when you install okay, one more instance, you will get 4 more services for that particular second instance, guys. Okay, for the first time you can see, okay, 6 guys. In my machine I have 10 instances, guys. In my Windows machine I have 10 instances. So tell me how many total services I can see.
40 specific, sir.
42, sir.
And the 2 shared.
Total
Sorry, how many? 46.
42.
42.
42, sir.
Very good,
Total
guys.
42.
Simply one instance is equal to 4 specific. 10 into 4, 40. 2 extra
and remaining
shared.
two.
2 extra shared. 2 shared by default. Browser and your VSS writer. How many if I have, how many services I can see if I have 7 instances in my machine? How many services I can see?
30, sir.
30,
30.
sir.
7 into 4 plus 2. 30, guys. Clear? 3 instances. 3 into 4, 12 plus 2, 14 services I can see, guys. Agree? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right? But in the configuration manager, you can only see the 3 specific services. These three are main, guys. And apart from that, you can see the browser service. You can see here. Okay, 3 specific. And apart from that, you can see the browser, extra browser service also you can get it, guys. Okay, in the organization, browser service will be up and running. Then only you're able to connect to the servers remotely, guys. Okay, it should be up and running. Right click, you can start the properties. You can first enable the service and you can start the service, guys. Okay, log on. Where is it, guys? Advanced, advanced service. I'm sorry, service disabled. You have to make it as automatic and apply and OK and right click and start. That's it. Okay, so this is how you are going to enable the browser service, guys. Usually in the organization you can see like this, but sometimes it will be down also. Browser service will be down. That's not an issue, guys. If customer don't want to show his server in the network due to security reason, browser will be down. Browser will allow you only to see the server in the remote network. That's it, guys. If browser service is down, nothing happened. No impact to your application. No impact to your SQL server, no impact to your databases, guys. Everything perfectly up and running. Okay, clear, guys. This database engine is main. If this is down, guys, you cannot connect to the SQL server and your application won't work. This is main SQL server in the brackets. You can see instance name, guys. For default instance, you might get doubt, sir. For default instance, I have to, you can see server name, right? Why I don't see server name? That's why I told you for default instance, only while connecting, you have to give server name. Okay, in the services, in the folders, in the binaries, in the instance root directories, everything will be named as MS SQL server only. If it is MS SQL server means that is a default instance, guys. Agree? But can I connect to my default instance using MS SQL server? Anyone tried? Can I connect?
No, sir, we can't connect. I tried it.
Okay, so we cannot connect, guys. We cannot give MS SQL server only for services, only for folders. You can see this name. Okay, so as the name, there is no instance with MS SQL server. Okay, definitely I'll get the error now. Clear? Any issues, any doubts, guys, please?
Sir, what is the full text demand?
Full text, see, full text daemon service is a service which helps to search the data.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yes, you will get error like this. Okay, network related error. Guys, in what and all scenarios will get this error? Can anyone tell me? Yesterday we discussed 3 or 4 cases. Big error, big error.
TCP
Very good. Instance name is wrong, sir.
One
Very
instance
good.
not
The SQL server
up and
is not running.
SQL
Very good. Instance
Also, we
name
don't
is
know.
wrong. Okay, instance name is wrong. Instance is not up and running, and TCP IP disabled, and your particular port number. Okay, port number is disabled. Port is not opened. In all these scenarios, we'll get this error. Okay, right, guys? Chalo, that's fine. Let me cancel this. Okay, so we have discussed about the services also, right? Fine, done. So let's try to create a small table, guys. Let's try to create a small table. We'll see. Guys, remember one thing. Okay, so I'll tell you the logical and physical hierarchy of your tables, where your tables are going to be stored logically and physically. Whenever I'm creating any table in the SQL server, where my table will be stored logically, where my table will be stored physically, guys. Okay, so remember, guys, remember this hierarchy. It is very important. In the SQL server, you will have databases. In the databases, logical structure. This is the logical structure. You will have schemas. In the schemas, you will have your tables, guys. That's it. Logical structure is very simple. Okay, in the SQL server, you will have databases, guys. In the database, you will have schema. Schema is a kind of a container. Okay, it's just a container, guys. It's a container kind of thing. In the schemas, you will have your tables. Okay, this is the logical structure or logical hierarchy. Sir, how the tables will be stored physically? Again, in the SQL server, okay, you will have databases. When you create a database, we'll get data files or else file groups, comma log files, guys. When you create any database, you will get these two, guys, file groups, comma log files. Okay, or log file, one log file you will get it. I'll show you again, nothing to worry. In the file groups, you will have data files. Okay, in the data files, you will have MDF and NDF, guys. But whenever you create a database for the first time, you will get MDF files. Later, I want to add extra data file, I can add NDF file, guys. Okay, so I'll have MDF file. As of now, we'll discussing in the MDF file. In the MDF file, you will have extents, guys, extents. Okay, in the extents, you will have pages. So your table is basically physically it is going to store on a page, guys. One table can be occupied on a page. If you have big table, it will be occupied on a multiple pages. The page size is 8 KB. Okay, the page size is 8 KB. Whenever you are creating one table, SQL server will allocate a page for your table. Your table will be stored on a data page at the end of the day. So where I can see these pages, you cannot see these pages physically with your naked eyes, but it will be there in your hard disk, guys, hard disk. Okay, in the file, when you create a file, when you create a database, you will get one MDF file, right? In the MDF file, you can see these pages, but physically you cannot see. There are some queries are there. By using those queries, you can see these pages. What is an extent? 8 continuous data pages, you can call it as an extent. 8 continuous collection of 8 data pages. Collection of 8 data pages, you can call it as an extent, guys. Okay. Collection of 8 data pages. Please mute it. Please mute it. Collection of 8 data pages, you can call it as an extent. Okay. So whenever you are creating a table, your SQL server will allocate a page, right? That's what we discussed, right? But actually your SQL server will allocate an extent, guys. Extent means 8 pages, it will give it to you. 8 pages, 8 continuous pages, it will give it to you, guys. Chalo, use this 8 pages. If not sufficient, tell me, I'll give you one more extent. If that is also not sufficient, tell me, I'll give you one more extent. Okay, so this is how the physical structure will be, guys. If the table is big, SQL server will keep on giving extents and all. Agree? What is the extent size, guys? Can you tell me?
64, sir. 64.
Page size is 8 KB. Collection of 8 pages is an extent. So what would be the extent size? 8 into 8, 64 KB. Okay, 64 KB. So your extent size is 64 KB, guys. Someone is starting and stopping the camera. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Okay, done. Clear, guys? So whenever you are creating a table, what it will give you, what SQL server will give you? It will give you an extent, guys. Extent is a basic allocation unit. Whereas page is a basic storage unit, guys. No need to confuse. Somewhat internals we just discussed. If you go for more than 5 years of experience, they will ask you, okay, what is a page and all. Sometimes they will ask you for 5 years of experience also. So what is a page? What is an extent? Okay. So in the extents, again, we have multiple types, guys. Uniform extent, mixed extent, and that we have already discussed in the notepad. As of now, at this moment, we don't need that. This is fine. This knowledge is enough for 4 to 5 years of experience, guys. Okay. So is it clear? So what you will get when you're trying to create a table, guys? Which one? What it will allocate for you? Is it going to allocate a page or an extent? Extent. Okay. So what will be there? Yes, agree. But it will allocate a page from the extent. Or if the table is big, it will directly allocate an extent for you. Okay. Instead of allocating single pages, if the table is big, it will allocate an extent, complete extent for you. Once that extent is completely full, that 64 KB is full, then it will give you one more extent, guys. Clear? Any issues? This is the physical hierarchy. In the SQL server, you will have databases. When you create a database, you will get file groups and log file. In the file groups, okay, data files will present inside the file groups only. In the file groups, you will have your data files. In the data files, let me try to open one demo, guys. Let me show you that diagram.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, what about the LDF, sir? Where it is
LDF,
located?
log files. LDF means log files. I'll tell you what log file will do. Okay, I'll tell you.
So it is not under physical.
It is
file,
under
sir.
physical only. That is physical only, but it doesn't belong to any file group. Okay, file group structure is different. See, file groups will have file groups. Let me show you one thing, guys. Demo. Yes. I want to show you the diagram, guys.
Logically or virtually same, right?
Not same. Some difference is there if you follow. Okay, logically in the databases we'll have schemas and tables directly. Okay, this is how you can see in your SQL server. In your management studio, you can see this logical structure. Whereas physical means you cannot see directly, but you have to use some other commands. Okay, you cannot see pages, extents, and all directly. Physically, you cannot see, but that is how it is going to store. In case you want to see pages extents and all, you have to use some specific queries, guys. Just a minute, okay. Student KT no Sql DBA demo. Somewhere I just stored that image, guys. Something. Okay, let me Google it. I only prepared the diagram and SQL Server physical structure. Hmm.
Where we can see extent file.
Extents and all we cannot see physically, sir. That's what. Okay, we cannot see physically, but it will be there physically only. We cannot see physically. Okay, so we have
But
to
our
use
MDF and
queries.
LDF we can see.
We
Na,
can see
because there is
physically
a
in the
logs
inside
files.
physical. Yeah, inside MDF you can see extents, but you cannot directly open a MDF file. It will be corrupted. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. Okay, that's fine. Tomorrow I'll show you. I just designed my own diagram. Might be it was misplaced somewhere. Okay, no issues. Okay. So this is the logical and physical hierarchy. Okay, this is the logical and physical hierarchy, guys. Any questions here? Please let me know. Any questions, please? And
Sir, it's
remember,
on your YouTube.
sorry.
The diagram is on your YouTube page.
Yeah, it was on my YouTube channel. Can you tell me the name of the video?
Page architecture.
Page architecture. Very good. Okay, guys, if you want to still listen, okay, go to our YouTube channel. Go to our YouTube channel. Okay, go to the videos. Just search here page. Okay, just type page. Full discussion how to open a page, how to open introduction to pages. Yes, introduction to pages in SQL Server. Yeah, it was here. Like this, guys. Okay, in the SQL Server you can see instances means your SQL Server instance, right? In the instances you will have databases. In the database you can see primary file groups and log files, LDF files. LDF files or log files, both are same. Inside your primary file groups you will have your data files. There are two types of data files. One is MDF file and second one is NDF file. Okay, for the first time you will get MDF file, guys. If not, that is not sufficient, you can add extra data files. Those data files are NDF files. But for the first time you will get one MDF file, one log file, one LDF file, guys. Okay, if MDF is not sufficient, then you can add extra data file. MDF means what? Master data file. NDF means what? Next data file or new data file. Okay, right? So inside the data files, extents we can see here extents 8 pages. Inside the extents we can see 8 pages. See, 1 page, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages, guys. This is how the physical structure will be. But hardly you can see up to files, guys. You cannot open the files. If you're trying to open the files to see extents and all, your file will be corrupted, guys. Okay, now is it clear, guys? Logical structure and physical structure, difference between logical and physical. Any doubt? Any questions, please? Is it
No.
clear or not clear?
Yeah, clear.
Right? So let's try to create one database. First, I want to create a table, right? So if I want to create a table as per the structure, what I should have, guys?
Create one
Database. First of all, I should have database. Then only I can create tables, right? So no need to create extends pages and all. Once you create the database, you will get the files. Inside the files, by default, you will have extends and pages. If that is not sufficient, SQL Server will allocate extra extends and pages, guys. So nothing to worry about the pages and extends. So let's create a database. How to create a database, we'll see, guys. In two ways, we can create the database. Okay, in two ways, we can create the database. The first way is, okay, GUI way, guys. You can see the databases, and if you expand this database, you don't see any user databases. You can see only system databases. By default, you will get 4 system databases, guys. If you expand, you will get master, model, MSDB, and TempDB, guys. You will get these 4 system databases. In the next class, we'll discuss about the system databases. Okay, guys, there is no class tomorrow. Again, we'll connect on a Monday, guys. Okay, Control Shift Alt H. Just a minute. Just a minute. Control Shift Alt H. Okay, done. I got messages. Pravina 42. What is this 42, Pravina? Okay, okay. The last answer. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Let me go to the server again. Fine. So when you create a database by default, I mean, when you install the SQL Server, by default, you will get 4 system databases that you can see. What master will do, what model will do, what MSDB will do, what TempDB will do. We'll explain later. Okay, we'll discuss later. I want to create a database. We have 2 ways to create the database. One is GUI way. Right click on the databases. You can choose that option, new database. Select this new database. And when you see this, okay, you can see database name. Of course, it will ask the database name, right? So listen carefully. Here, logical names, as of now, you don't see anything, right? So tell me, guys, what database name I want to give. Any name you can tell me. Any application name.
DB1.
Batch 42.
What is that?
DB1.
DB1. Okay, okay, fine. Any real-time kind
Batch
of
42.
database name. Real-time. Batch 42 is fine. DB1 is fine. But kind of real-time application names. Any application names that you know.
Tracking.
Sorry?
Sir, inside
Tracking.
prod.
Tracking.
Tracking. And any other, someone is saying one more database name. What is that?
Inside.
Instagram. Huh? Let's try to create an Instagram database. All the Instagram data will be stored inside this Instagram. Instagram is an application, right? So let's go with Instagram. So if you observe clearly, okay, listen here, you can see, let me delete it. You don't see anything now. When you're trying to give, okay, Instagram, see here, how you can see the data file. This is your data file, guys. Okay, and this is your log file. You can see here, rows data means data file, log means log file, guys. So whenever I am creating a database, by default, 2 files will be created. One is data file, second one is log file. With the name of your database, automatically these 2 files will be renamed. No, sir, I don't want this name. I want to give separate name. You can still give separate name, but by default, don't edit the names. By default, whatever database name you will give, 2 files will be created with the same name. This is Instagram data file. This is Instagram underscore log file. Okay, so you can see the file type is data file, and this file is log file. And I told you, right, whenever you're trying to create a database, you will get a file group. Okay, you will get a file group, guys. So this is primary is the default file group. Primary is the default file group, guys. Sir, I want to see extra file groups. Sir, can I add extra file groups? Happily, you can add it. Go to file group section here. You can see primary file group, and you can see inside this primary file group, there is one file. Can anyone tell me, guys, what is this file?
Sir, ID.
That is okay. That is not ID. This is one file, means inside my file,
MDF
primary
file.
file. Very good,
MDF
very
file.
good, very good. MDF file. See here, in the primary, you can see one file, right? One data file. That data file you can see here. If you add one more data file inside primary file groups, you can see 2 files here. Okay, so you can see default, auto all files. I want to add extra file group. You can add like this. Click on add file group and you will get this option and Insta FG file group. Okay. So this is my file group, guys. I see here, if you see read only, if you keep read only, then you can only read the data. You cannot write the data to these files of Insta FG file group. Whatever files you are going to store under this Insta FG, you can only read the data from those files. You cannot write the data. Okay. So now you may ask one doubt, sir, I have two file groups, right? Whenever I'm trying to insert the data, to which file group files it is going to start writing? Can you tell me, guys, what is the answer?
Primary.
You can see here default.
By
Very
default,
good,
primary.
excellent, guys.
Check.
Excellent, super. You are super excellent. Okay. Default it is showing as a primary file group. It is showing default. So it will try to write the data to the primary file group files, guys. No. Chalo, I don't like it. Then go to this default. Okay. Then whatever files you will create under InstaFG, it will try to write the data to the InstaFG. Once InstaFG file group is completely full, then it means it will switch to primary file group. Okay. Or if you try to write the data to the primary file group files, whatever files are there, okay, first it will write the data to the primary file groups files completely. If it is full, then it will go for InstaFG file groups files, guys. As of now in the InstaFG, it was freshly created, right? So you don't see any files. Or else let me change this now. Okay. So I want to change my data file from my file group to, see, MDF file, you can change it. You cannot change it. MDF file, you cannot change the file group. I want to add extra file, guys. Just click on add extra file and give Insta FG Insta file to F2. Okay. Now I want to assign this to my new file group, Insta FG file group. You can assign like this, guys. Okay. So at this stage, we don't need this.
Sir, we are less than about 1 minute. Sir.
Let's see. I just did some settings. It is going to start automatically. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. If not, again, I'll reopen the meeting. Nothing to worry, guys. Okay. Guys, okay. So now you can see here, right? So InstaFG, I want to create this file in the InstaFG. So automatically this file will be created in the InstaFG, guys. This is how we have to change the file groups. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubts, any issues, guys, please? How to add files, how to add file groups. Okay. Or else, chalo, let's forget about this file and file groups at this stage. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this file, guys. Whatever recently added file, I'll remove this file group. Okay. So now let me go to the file groups. I'll remove the new file, newly added file group also. Remove. Okay. So now